Thank you for tuning in to the Candidly Crawford radio show here on WDRB Media, the voice of the community. I'm your host, Teresa.
And it's your boy, Nick.
And we are Candidly Crawford, all about God, marriage, life, and everything in between. Thank you so much for tuning in with us tonight. We do want to invite you to connect with us on our social media platforms. We are at Candidly Crawford on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. So, Nick.
Yes.
We have some wonderful news to share, and actually this goes into our topic tonight. So last week we talked about faith over fear, right?
Right.
And we shared our personal experience about going through this home buying process, basically how we were not trying to let our circumstances or what it looks like affect our faith, should I say.
That's true.
And I would say by the end of that particular broadcast, we were actually strengthened. Our faith was even more activated than ever, which leads us to now, this particular show, we want to talk about our blessing.
Yeah, but before that, because you're getting into the meat of the whole situation.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm just excited. So let's back it up a little bit. Let's back it up. First of all, you can catch all of our radio episodes, previously broadcasted radio episodes, on our YouTube channel at Candidly Crawford. They are now up to date now. Sorry, guys, I was a few episodes behind, but they are already there. So just head on over to the YouTube channel, Candidly Crawford. Make sure you subscribe, like, and also share. So, Nick, how has your week been?
So, without saying too much, my week has been exciting, kind of busy, hectic. But all in all, when we get into the meat of the show, you'll see why I was excited. But it's been pretty good. So, this week, we had a craving for hot dogs. So, I jumped on the grill. I didn't smoke nothing too major. Just jumped on the grill. Did a few hot dogs, sausage links, and stuff like that. And, you know, if you're in the Charlotte area, you know that we had a terrible storm. So after that, my grill took a tumble in the storm.
I know. I was hoping that it didn't, but it did.
It did, but I got a testimony to tell you.
What's the testimony?
It came out all right.
All right.
Yes. Even though it took a tumble, fell over, but everything is good. So, yeah, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, at least the smoker was stashed in the garage where the grill should have been, but I digress.
Yeah, digress from that one. Thank you. But anyway, how was your week?
My week, I would say, has been full of excitement. It has also been very busy because it seems like work has just... When you have some exciting stuff going on in your personal life, I don't know what it is, and maybe some of y'all can attest to this. It seems like work just ramps up or amps up for... I won't say for no reason, but it just seems like it's that way. Like you want to relish in celebrating and you're excited. Then at the same time, work be like, oh, hey, I'm still here.
Yes, work did that to me. It came and knocked on my door at 8 something in the morning. Like, hey, buddy, I know you're excited, but hey, you got to do this. And so I know that feeling a little too well. Yeah.
So before we hop into that, I do want to shout out our friend, Brown Carmen. She is available on Mustard Seed Radio 704 every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on WDRB Media. Guys, make sure you go and check her out or hit her up on YouTube. She also actually does in-person interviews, and you're able to watch the videos of all of those interviews as well. So again, Mustard Seed Radio 704 by our friend, Brown Carmen. Love you, girl.
Love you, Carmen.
All right, so now we're going to segue into our topic. Did we even give it a name? I think we were just excited.
That's the topic name, excitement.
Wow. So when we make the flyer and stuff for everybody, it's just going to say excitement.
Yes.
All right, excitement. No, guys, we got some great news to share with you guys, and hoping you'll stay locked in because we're praying that our story will inspire you. This is going off of our last radio show, our previous episode that we just did, which was Faith Over Fear, and we're about to tell you the outcome of that.
So I guess this show is gonna be Faith Over Fear Part 2.
Yeah. Okay, we can do that. Faith Over Fear Part 2. Okay, we got that.
Yes.
Yeah, instead of it being excitement. All right, guys, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
We are Candidly Crawford Radio. All about God, marriage, life, and everything in between.
Tune in every Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern as we candidly share our thoughts and experiences on life and relationships with a few laughs too. Interested in growing your business by advertising on our radio show? Need a dynamic duo or host to speak at your event? Connect with us. Email us at candidlycrawford@gmail.com or at Candidly Crawford on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram. And we are back. Thank you for tuning in to the Candidly Crawford radio show here on WDRB Media, the voice of the community. I'm your host, Teresa.
And it's your boy, Nick.
And we are Candidly Crawford, all about God, marriage, life, and everything in between. So before the break, we said that we are going to share some exciting news for you. And actually, this is going to be a continuation of Faith Over Fear, Part 2. There's a lot of F's going on there.
Right.
So Nick and I want to share with you, I know in the previous episode when we spoke about Faith Over Fear, we were sharing with you about our home buying process, how it was just emotionally draining at times. It was like an emotional roller coaster. Like 1 minute you're way up.
Yes.
And then 1 minute is like,
You hit curves and you're upside down.
Yes. Like you on a
roller coaster.
That's true. I was trying to think of one. I was like,
I was about to go back to my R&B days and be like, emotional roller coaster.
Oh, wow.
Vivian Green.
All right. Come on, Vivian.
Yes. But it has been like a roller coaster. You know, you've had your high days, some days where you didn't know how you was feeling or how you supposed to feel.
Right.
And some really low days with this process, right?
Yeah, because it's just like there were some houses that we thought that we were interested in and that we liked and we wanted to make an offer on.
Yeah, there was this one house. Oh my gosh. I had already seen myself there and enjoying the house, and I have of course, put my grill and my smoker in the backyard, and I had planned parties for that house, and then we realized that house was too expensive for us.
I won't say it was too expensive. The math just wasn't mathing.
Right.
Because it was just like the seller didn't want to, like the concessions that we were asking for, like it was just too much. And we were just like, you know what, we're not going to force it.
Yeah, and one thing that I didn't take to heart, and I should have took to heart, was when Teresa told me, hey, don't get married to a house prematurely, because that might not be the house that you end up with. So I was like, yeah, I know a God, so he gonna cover me. And sure enough, we found a few houses that I was married to and had the divorce at an early age, you know?
I know. I try to warn him, y'all. If you guys hadn't tuned into the previous episode, I did purchase a house way back in 2009. And of course, there's a few changes that have happened because it's been a while since I've bought a house. But I bought and sold my first house a few years ago. I was in it for 10 years. To God be the glory. But I was familiar with the home buying process, and I know, this is me and Nick's first time together purchasing a house and entering into this home buying process. And to be honest, y'all, we were just looking.
Yeah, we were just looking. And to go back to your statement about you purchasing a house, this is actually my first time.
Right.
And so I'm excited because I was telling Teresa a few days ago that the only time that we thought about purchasing a house was when I was a teenager. And there was a time when my mom and her husband at the time was looking at homes to buy, and we went to the development and we started picking out rooms. And I was like, that's my room. And me and my brother and my sister, we did the same thing, only for them to not buy the house, but also separate within a few months. And so, one thing that I prayed to God when I was single was I wanted to be able to buy a house with my wife. And I saved that part of life for her because I didn't want to choose a house or a condo, and then when we got together, she wouldn't like it at all. I wanted it to be our space, not just my space, not just her space, our space. And so, and this is how God works. Once we got together, neither one of us owned a home.
Right, because I actually said the same thing. That was one of my prayers to God after I sold my house. I was like, okay, the next house that I buy, I want it to be with my husband, my forever mate.
Yeah, and the thing about this process is that it came so fast, but we had said it before we saw it.
That's true. And y'all, when I say it came fast, it came fast. Now, this stemmed from Nick and I. We have a date night, a standing date night every Thursday. And we had just went to this food truck. I'm not going to shout out the name because they ain't paying us. But we went to this food truck.
And it was good.
It was very good. And we sat in the car and ate. And we were just talking. I was just like, you know what? Would you like... I was like, something my parents used to do. We used to go for rides around town or whatever and go to different subdivisions and just look at houses, see what was for sale, what's out there. And I was just like, how about we start doing that? I mean, I know like we said, and actually we wrote it on our mirror. So Nick and I, just to kind of give a slight little background to this. So when we moved into the house we are in now, and freshly married, of course, but one thing we said we wanted to do was write declarations and affirmations on our bathroom mirror. So whenever we're washing our hands, whenever we're doing our hair, brushing our teeth, taking a shower, like we have to see those. And these are things that we declared over our marriage, over our families, and also just for us in general and individually. So it's like we have the couple's goals for us, for our marriage. And then we had individual goals, that we wrote out. And one of those was, for us to become homeowners at the right time. Because, of course, many of you know the federal mortgage rates are extremely high right now due to inflation. And when I bought my first house, it was not even a third of
wow.
of what the current rate is. So obviously I had a very great rate at the time, and now is double that. So it's ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie, it's really ridiculous right now. But Nick and I, we prayed and we're just like, okay, God, you'll make us homeowners at the right time. So we're gonna trust and believe in you regardless of what the market says.
Yeah, and that was the thing. We trusted and we believed in God, but we wasn't rushing into it because of the market. And in my mind, like we put that note on the window and...
The mirror.
Yes, mirror. I'm sorry. And we see it every day. And I read our notes almost every day. Same here. And I was like, but me personally didn't think the right time was now. Right.
So I'm guessing you guys can already allude to what is going on. I know we haven't outright said it yet, but the home buying process for us, it just went so fast. It happened in a matter of 2 days. I kid you not.
In 2 days, we went from looking at houses, touring houses, to putting an offer in on a house, right?
Right. And this is our first offer that we put in, and it got accepted.
And that's the crazy thing that I'm trying to, put my mind around, because when talking to the real estate agent, she was like, don't be married to the house. And by this time, I've gotten the picture. Don't be married to one house, because you're going to put in multiple offers, and some people are going to take it, some people are not. So don't be married to the house. Nick, you got that? Good. So I wasn't married to a particular house. It was one morning I got up, and for me, I get up at the crack of dawn.
I don't.
So, I was checking emails, and a house came to my email, was like, hey, this looks like you, or I'm, paraphrasing, but this could be your house. And I looked at it, and I was like, I like everything about this house. let me send it to my wife, see what she thinks about it. So I sent it to Teresa. I'm not sure if I woke her up. I really feel like I woke her up to look at the house so she can go back to sleep.
He did. He woke me up and I didn't go back to sleep because when I opened the link, it was actually just that great. Now, there were things that Nick and I talked about privately. And of course, we've been praying along this whole process. Now, there were things that we didn't pray about because we didn't want to seem too shallow when it came to asking things of God. And I know we should be very specific in what we ask for. We know that there's no like real perfect house that's going to meet every single one of our needs. So we're just like, all right, we could compromise on, a thing or two, like if it was the perfect fit for us. So I'm telling you, y'all, like, he sent it to me that Wednesday.
Yeah, but let's go back to what you just said. Like, there's no house that's gonna meet every need, right?
Right.
But there's a God who meets every need that we need.
That is very true.
And when I tell you this house meets every need that we have,
and every want that we wanted, the area that we wanted to be in, the layout of the house, the number of bedrooms, the
spacing of the house, the yard side of the house. It was like the Lord took everything that we had prayed and thought about, and he found this special house for us.
Literally, like, I really feel like God crafted this house just for us, because every single thing, although we didn't pray on those things that we wanted in the house, we were just like, oh, okay, we could deal with this if it's not this. But every single thing that we just thought of, or you and I just talked amongst ourselves, God listened. And I'm telling you, every single thing that we wanted, the location, the design, the layout of the house, the spacing of the house, all the attributes, everything in this house, y'all, it checks off every single box that me and Nick actually discussed that we wanted in a house. I kid you not. There's no compromise on anything. It's that plus some.
And the crazy thing is, like, we were in the area where the house is now. We were in the area, and all the houses in the area of the house, if that makes any sense, surrounding area, yeah, surrounding areas, they was not the right fit. Like, there was houses like 3 minutes up the street that we saw. We was like, it doesn't fit us. There was another house within 2 or 4 minutes away from us. It was like, it doesn't fit us.
Right.
And so it was like God was just like playing the hot and cold game with us. Oh, you almost there. You almost there.
Hey, y'all, we were literally around the corner. Like, actually, the day before, to be honest, we went to, it was one subdivision over where this current house is that we are under contract with. And man, I was like, Nick was like, we were just like literally right here. We weren't in the same neighborhood, but we wanted a neighborhood that, we felt safe in, that we could feel comfortable, walking around in, raising our family, just, all around good neighborhood. And this also checked all of the boxes. Also, it provides a lot of parking available for when we had those get-togethers and those gatherings as well. I'm telling you, God did not miss, not one bit. And we are still actually in shock because it happened. We saw it Wednesday, went to see it Thursday. By Friday, we were under contract. That's how quickly God worked. And we weren't, like, to be honest, we weren't ready. It took us by surprise because we was just like, well, we was just looking, but we put the offer in just to throw our hats in the ring.
And then I'm going to tell you how God has worked for us. So we put our offer in, right? And our real estate broker agent, she informed us, like, this house is a hot commodity. You might put your offer in, but somebody might overbid you. This might be a bidding war for you guys. Let me just go ahead and set y'all up. This is going to be a bidding war.
Yeah, she did say that. And
don't put all your hope in this one, because the other house that you saw, that might be the best house for you.
Right. And mind you, that house, again, it wasn't really so much how expensive it was. It was to the point where she hit us up on Friday morning. So the house that we toured, which is the house that we're currently under contract with, that Thursday, that Friday morning, she said, hey, I should hear from the listed agent by 4 p.m. to let y'all know on the decision. So she was like, again, just want to prep y'all, multiple offers have been submitted for this house. Is the other house off the table? We was like, well, not necessarily, but, she was like, well, actually the sellers are desperate. And this is the other house that didn't pan out for us. But to me, I took that as God was saying, y'all were thinking too small. Y'all were shortchanging yourself. This had most of everything you wanted. It wasn't the complete package.
Right. And that's what, has strengthened my faith, because every time we made a move, God was like, you have to think bigger than what you're thinking. I can do anything above what you ask or think.
Yes.
So if you're thinking this, then I can do more above that.
Exactly. And I'm telling you, y'all, his word proves true. And of course, his word doesn't lie. But just to actually see it play out, just in a matter of 2 days is, as you can see, I don't even have the words. Like Nick and I, by the time Friday afternoon came, even like a little bit after 3:00, we got a call saying that, hey, the sellers accepted your offer and they want to move forward. And me and Nick just looked at each other. Y'all, when I say it was a whole bunch of shouting in here, we was shouting, we was crying, praise, like it was. And we are still doing that now. Like, it's to the point where I'm waking up feeling like I'm just really in a dream right now. We are closing next month. I am so elated. Our families are elated. I'm just happy because this is not about us. This is all about God and what he did. And to us, we are sharing this because to let you know, like, regardless of you just even thinking a simple thought, or you're just like, I'm not ready for this. But the fact that we activated our faith, we prayed, we fasted, and that's what a lot of people like to leave out. We fasted and we prayed to get to this point, and it was not in vain. We were obedient to what God was telling us to do, and look at the outcome. So by us activating our faith, now we are closing on our dream home next month.
Yeah, so this we just wanted to encourage you, like, keep doing what you're doing. Let this activate your faith, and it's activating our faith because we know now that we've got the house, our child is next. That's how I feel. Yeah,
I feel the same way. So guys, I know it's a whole bunch more to this story we would love to share with you, but we don't have that much time in a day. We do want to share with you the candid tip of the week, so make sure you guys stay locked in. We'll be right back after this quick break.
We are Candidly Crawford Radio, all about God, marriage, life, and everything in between.
Tune in every Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern as we candidly share our thoughts and experiences on life and relationships with a few laughs too. Interested in growing your business by advertising on our radio show? Need a dynamic duo or host to speak at your event? Connect with us. Email us at candidlycrawford@gmail.com or at Candidly Crawford on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram. And we are back. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Candidly Crawford radio show here on WDRB Media. I'm your host, Teresa.
And it's your boy, Nick.
And we are Candidly Crawford, all about God, marriage, life, and everything in between. So before we took a quick break, we actually shared our blessing, which is the Faith Over Fear Part 2. Which was a continuation of the previous episode where we talked about our personal experience of being homeowners, going into the home buying process. So we went to talking about it, and now we are about to be about it. So in a matter of 2 days, God blessed us to be under contract, and actually loan is approved, all that good stuff. Like, we are moving to close next month. So we hope what we shared, just our process and what we did, the praying and the fasting, definitely will help encourage you in whatever area that you're trusting God for and believing God for, versus the fear that can come into our lives. So Nick is here with the candid tip of the week. He is going to share with us the candid tip of the week.
So yes, just going back to the Bible for the candid tip of the week, will be coming from Amos 9:13, and this is the Message version, because I feel like the Message version I can get with a little bit more than the King James version. But this is what it says. It says, yes, indeed, it won't be long now. God's decree. Things are going to happen so fast your head will swim. One thing fast on the heels after the other. you won't be able to keep up. Everything will be happening at once, and everywhere you look, blessings will pour out like wine off the mountains and hills. I will make everything right for my people. And that just encourages me because Teresa. It encourages us because things are happening so fast right now.
Extremely fast. And again, that comes from the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 13. That is the Message version. And thank you, Nick, for that, because I declare, like, this scripture is describing what we are going through right now. Everything is happening so fast. We even canceled our anniversary trip. We had an anniversary trip planned to Panama. Like, we done had our stuff, laid on out. Our little outfits, our flights were booked, hotel booked. I mean, everything booked, activities.
And everything will be at that new house. All my little outfits, all my little activities. If I want some water, I'm going to just splash it in my face. But I'm going to enjoy this house.
Exactly. So I think we would take the house over the vacation. That's me. I'm pretty sure you feel the same way too.
I sure do.
Well, guys, I know it was a short amount of time, but thank you guys for tuning in, and make sure that you catch this episode and all of our previous radio episodes on the Candidly Crawford YouTube channel. Make sure you stay locked in with us every Thursday here on WDRB Media or wherever you are streaming this broadcast every Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as we always say, and we haven't done this the last 2 times because we've been too excited, but we're going to say it this time. Our mantra of this show is, we are blessed to be a blessing. Good night, guys.
Peace, guys.